Hello out there in YouTube land. It's me again. So, today, as you can see in the title, I'm going to be talking about how the Last Airbender could have been better. And oh boy, was this movie painful to watch. I actually almost turned it off about 20 minutes in. I had forgotten just how bad this movie was. From the terrible dialogue to the wooden acting, the lack of chemistry between characters, the fact that none of the characters looked right, they said their names wrong. I mean, seriously, this is one of my favorite TV shows, cartoons. TV shows just in general, really. And to see it butchered this badly, and even apart from that, to see a movie be this bad with dialogue, like where they'll say, like for example, Katara when Aang, I'm not gonna pronounce it like they do in the movie, when Aang first wakes up and he's putting on his shirt, she comes in and says, "What's your name? How'd you get there?" Like, ask one question at a time. Jeez, and everybody in this movie does that, and none of the characters look right. Aang doesn't look right. Kitara and Sokka, for some strange reason, are the only two white kids in a village of Eskimos. All the other actors are Eskimos. You couldn't find any, like, Inuit kids to act, really? Anyway, so I could honestly go on for hours about how bad this movie is. But I'm not going to. Because really, this movie, as bad as it was, the main issue is not the acting or the plot or any of that. The main issue is they're just retelling the same story that was already super well told, like almost as pretty much as close to as perfect as you can get, told by the cartoon series, except not doing it nearly as well, and in live action. So that's the main issue with this movie. They shouldn't be telling this story again in the first place. Like, it doesn't need to be told in live action. It was already pretty much perfectly told in cartoon form. So to make this movie better, one, kick Shyamalan to the curb. He's a terrible director. He's done like 2 good movies, and all the rest of his movies have just been garbage with symbolism that makes no sense and really, really bad direction and acting. So get a better director, get better actors, and tell a different story. Tell the stories. Like, this movie came out well after the series was finished, and there are comic books. Not a lot of people know about them. There are comic books that actually tell how Zuko finds his mother, different stories about Aang and all of his adventures as the Avatar after the war, all that sort of stuff. Pick some of those, tell the stories that none of the people know, because when you try to tell the same story that the cartoon already perfectly told and finished, if you don't do it as good as the cartoon did, everybody's gonna hate your movie. So tell a different story. Tell one that not all of us know. Seriously. Like, tell the story of how Zuko finds his mother. And what happens with that. And how it affects his life. And tell some stories about what happens to Aang after the war and all that stuff. I mean, seriously, tell those stories. Tell us an interesting story that we don't know. Or, shoot, make up an entirely different one. Make up something that happens between maybe book 1 and book 2. Or book 2 and book 3. Who knows? Or maybe a prequel. Tell us what Aang's life was like at the Air Temple before he found out he was the Avatar. Give us something new. Give us something different. Hi, Lightning. Apparently he wanted to be in the video today. um, give us something we haven't seen. That's how this would have been better. I mean, I could talk on and on and on and on and on and on and on about the terrible acting, the terrible directing, all that stuff. In the end, the real issue is this movie shouldn't have been made in the way that it was at all. You already have the cartoon that, like I said, perfectly told the story, finished the story, wrapped it all up, had a very satisfying ending, and you're just trying to cram all of that into one movie that's only an hour and a half. You're trying to cram a full season, season one, into an hour and a half movie. That's 24, 26 episodes, if I recall correctly, into one movie. That's not even 2 hours. It's like an hour and 43 minutes. Really? No. You gotta be more creative than that. And for cripe's sake, make the characters look more like the cartoon characters. Seriously. Because it feels like they didn't even try. So yeah, that's basically really my only thoughts on that. I mean, this is going to be a much shorter stream than usual, simply because I'm not going to go over the entire movie, because the movie as is basically unsalvageable. It was there. You would have to literally change everything. You'd have to literally change every single thing about this movie in order to make it better. So the real way to make it better is to give us something original, or to give us something that not everybody knows. So yeah, guys, a bit shorter of a live stream than usual today. That's just how it goes sometimes. If you have any suggestions for movies that you want me to do, a movie that you think could have been absolutely amazing, had tons of potential, and should have been good, but because of one thing or another was just absolutely terrible, yeah, leave a comment below. Let me know. I'm always open to suggestions. Other than that, I'll see all you guys later.